Hello and welcome to Battle of the Albums. Today's show features two albums by the British band Iron Maiden, the Paul Di Anno fronted Killers album from 1981, which featured Steve Harris on bass, Clyde Burr on drums, Adrian Smith and Dave Murray on the guitars. It was released in 1981 and entered the UK album charts at number 12 and the American chart at number 78 on EMI Records, or Capitol in America. It was recorded at the Battery Studio in London. It was produced by the legendary producer Martin Birch, famous for Deep Purple and Black Sabbath, and it spawned two UK singles, Purgatory and Twilight Zone. It also features the illustrations of Derek Rigg. Now, The Number of the Beast featured Bruce Dickinson on vocals. It also features Steve Harris on bass, Clyde Burr on drums, Adrian Smith and Dave Murray on guitars. And it entered the UK album charts at number 1 and the American charts at number 33, again on EMI and Capitol Records. It was recorded at Battery Studios in London. Again, the producer was Martin Birch, and again it spawned two singles, The Number of the Beast and Run to the Hills. Now, over the years it has amassed sales of 2 million. The Killers album amassed 1.4 million. Ides of March kicks off the first track on the Killers album. It's an instrumental coming in at 1 minute and 78. It's credited to Harris. It almost feels like a intro to the next track, which was Rothschild. Ides of March is apparently the 74th date in the Roman calendar, and it's a date when you need to settle any debt, apparently. Now, Invaders kicks off the album The Number of the Beast, coming in at 3 minutes and 20. It's credited to Harris. And apparently there was some sort of legal dispute with Bruce Dickinson's previous band Samson, which meant he couldn't be credited to any of the tracks on The Number of the Beast. It's an excellent track, Invaders. Bruce Dickinson hits the ground running with his the Siren Dickinson vocals there. Excellent track to start off the album. Okay, track 2 on the Killers album is the AA side single Rothschild, which was a AA with Twilight Zone, coming in at 2 minutes and 54. Credit to Harris, got to number 31 in the UK singles charts. First seen on the compilation Metal for Mothers in 1979. The song's about an angry lost child, apparently, looking for a father figure or looking for his real father. Now, it's got a nice bass riff to start. I almost feel that the drums try to follow the guitar riff throughout the song, and for me the vocals could be a little louder in the mix. The second track on the Number of the Beast album is a track called Children of the Damned, credited to Harris at 4 minutes and 34 seconds. Believed to be inspired by the 60s cult classic sci-fi horror film series of the same name and Village of the Damned. It's got a slow tempo to start, builds into an epic track. It's got nice clear lyrics, and the drums feature highly in the mix as well. Excellent track. Okay, track 3 on the Killers album is Murders in the Rue Morgue, coming in at 4 minutes and 14 seconds. It's credited to Harris. It's inspired by the short story by Edgar Allan Poe, titled the same, Murders in the Rue Morgue. It's about two girls who were murdered in Rue Morgue in Paris. It's a slow guitar and bass start, and although Paul's vocals are quite high in the mix, I can't actually tell what he's singing, unfortunately. It's got a classic Maiden solo in there. Now, the track 3 on Number of the Beast is the track The Prisoner, which is inspired by the TV series. In fact, the intro to the song is spoken by the star of Prisoner, Patrick McGugan. Yeah, I love the drumming on this album, and I love the drumming on this track. It's got a classic Adrian Smith guitar solo in there. Yeah, and the articulation of Bruce Dickinson's vocals means that I can tell what he's singing, which is excellent. Okay, track 4 on Killers is Another Life, coming in at 3 minutes and 22, credited to Harris. I think it's probably about a lonely soul looking for another life. It's a storming track. The vocals are nice and clear, so you can tell what Paul's singing. To be honest, it's quite punky in areas. Now, track 4 on The Number of the Beast is 22 Acacia Avenue, coming in at 6 minutes and 34, credited to Harris and Adrian Smith. I believe Adrian Smith brought the rough idea of the song with him from his previous band Urchin, and to me it's a little long at 6 minutes and 34, and it's probably my least favourite track on the album. Yeah, feels like a bit of a filler to me, although you may have a different view. Comment below if you do. Okay, track 5 on the Killers album is the second instrumental on the album, entitled Genghis Khan, coming in at 3 minutes and 2, credited to Harris. Genghis Khan, obviously the warrior leader of the Mongolian Empire. Yeah, the track is supposed to inflict fear, anticipation, apprehension. It's an excellent Maiden track. It changes tempo in the typical Maiden style. Track 5 off The Number of the Beast is the UK single The Number of the Beast, which entered the UK charts and got up to number 18. Credited to Harris again, coming in at 4 minutes and 25 seconds. Inspired by the Omen film, Omen 2, which is called Damien. Yeah, it's got a spoken word start, spoken by the English actor Barry Clayton, who quotes the Revelation passages 12:12 and 13:18. Then kicks off with the twin guitar sound of Adrian Smith and Dave Murray before Bruce Dickinson kicks in with his air raid siren scream. Excellent track to this day, played live by Iron Maiden. Okay, track 6 on the Killers album is Innocent Exile, coming in at 3 minutes and 50, credited to Harris. The concept seems to be a man on the run from the law, and although Paul Di Anno's vocals are nice and clear in the mix, it's a little bit repetitious for me and almost feels like a filler track. Track 6 on The Number of the Beast is the UK hit single Run to the Hills, got to the dizzy heights of number 7 in the UK singles charts. Its concept is the Europeans getting to the American indigenous territories. It has a fantastic drum and bass feel from Iron Maiden. It's still a live favourite with Iron Maiden, and Bruce almost seems to sing the guitar riff throughout the track. Excellent. Okay, track 7 on the Killers album is the title track Killers, coming in at 4 minutes and 58 seconds, credited to Steve Harris and Paul Di Anno. The concept is self-explanatory. It's about a psychotic killer. It's got a nice bass intro. The drums are a little bit set back in the mix as opposed to The Number of the Beast album. I've got to be honest, it's probably my favourite track on the album. There's some excellent vocals from Paul Di Anno on the track. Now, the track 7 on The Number of the Beast is a track called Gangland, which is credited to Adrian Smith and Clive Burr, comes in at 3 minutes and 46. Again, self-explanatory concept of the track. It starts with a nice Clive Burr drum pattern. It's got a cool guitar interlude, and midway through you've got that Ian Gillan type scream from Bruce Dickinson. It's an excellent track. Track 8 on Killers is the song Prodigal Son, coming in at 6 minutes and 5 seconds, credited to Harris. It's a redemption song, if you like, about a lost soul, and it is an excellent track. You've got lots of light and shade from Paul Di Anno, something I feel he should have expressed in other songs in his Iron Maiden catalogue. Absolutely excellent track with some excellent Maiden solos on there as well. Beautiful song. Now, the track 8 on The Number of the Beast is the epic Hallowed Be Thy Name, credited to Harris and coming in at 7 minutes and 8 seconds. Concept is of a man about to be hanged, and it's an epic track, still played to this day live by Iron Maiden. Just when you thought it was over, it kicks into another tempo. It's an absolutely epic track, and it is the last track on The Number of the Beast, so it's an epic ending to that album. Okay, track 9 on the Killers album is the single Purgatory, which got to the dizzy heights of number 52 in the UK singles charts. It's about a true thinker who feels trapped in this world, hence the title Purgatory. Credited to Harris. And I've got to be honest, it doesn't feel like a single, hence the Dizzy Heights of number 52. Doesn't feel like a single like Run to the Hills or Number of the Beast. It's nothing to write home about. Okay, track 10 on the Killers album is the song Drifter, coming in at 4 minutes and 47 seconds, credited to Steve Harris. The concept is self-explanatory, obviously it's called Drifter. It has an excellent guitar break after about 20 seconds. It's quite up-tempo. It's got almost a Russian jig type feel to it as well in there in the mix. And yeah, it's an excellent track to finish the album. Okay, that's the end of the show, and it's time to pick which album we prefer out of Iron Maiden's release from 1981 Killers featuring Paul Di Anno on vocals, or 1982's The Number of the Beast featuring Samson's Bruce Dickinson. Now I'm going to pick Number of the Beast. It was #1 for them. It sold 2 million albums, and it's got an excellent mix by Martin Birch, and unfortunately it's the last album featuring Clive Burr. An excellent album. If you agree, comment below, hit a like and subscribe, and I believe if we get enough subscribers you can actually make a bit of money out of this.
Some money. You've only got 7 subscribers. You've more chance of winning postcode lottery, and you've been doing that for 3 fucking years. Man, shoot, they do send you that lovely birthday card every year with a list of charities you've benefited. Gives you a lovely golden glow, that does, especially when you're searching under van seat for £2 for your fucking lunch.
Okay, till next time on Battle of the Albums. Bye.